Good afternoon, all telehealth. How are we doing today? So today's video is specifically on Passover. Passover is a really big Jewish holiday that's coming right around the corner. So for the people that don't know what is the tradition of Passover, I have some fun facts to fill you guys on. Okay, Passover is a time to remember the deliverance from captivity in ancient Egypt. At one time, the Jews were slaves to the Egyptian Pharaoh Ramses, and they were being taken out by Moses so they could have their freedom. Here's one cool thing that I thought was very interesting. The firstborn son needs to fast for Passover. What is fasting? Fasting is when you do not eat for a certain duration of time. At this time, back in the day when all this was going on, the firstborn was to be killed by the orders of the Pharaoh. So what a lot of Jews did was they put, I think, a lamb's blood over their house so that death could pass over their house and not kill their children. Passover lasts either 7 or 8 days, the time between the Exodus and the parting of the Red Sea. So it took them 7 to 8 days to leave Egypt and to go through the Red Sea when the water has opened up. So it roughly took a week for their exodus. All right. Now, they have a lot of different traditions to keep this going in their house, such as the preparation and cleaning the house for chametz, or leaving food. Because the Jews left in such a hurry, they didn't have time to leaven their bread to commemorate that 5 grains, traditionally wheat, barley, rye, spelt, and oats, are banished for their house. So they could have that representation that when they had to go in such a hurry, they couldn't bring what they used for food. So those 5 grains for the time of Passover is strictly banished from the house. Okay, matzah, which is made from wheat, is one of the most important parts of a Passover meal. Wheat and matzah cannot come into contact with any water until it's ready to be cooked within 18 minutes. Why 18? The number 18 has a lot of symbolic lucky reasons for the Jews, and the Jews think that 18 is a lucky number. So 18 minutes after they mix the water with the wheat, it has to be cooked within the 18 minutes, and they cook it for 18 minutes itself. Okay, for all my matzah lovers, some of the best matzah flour is made in Arizona. Why Arizona? Matzah and water, remember, cannot mix, and Arizona is so dry, they feel that it is no moisture of the air could affect the crops. So that's why the best matzah comes from Arizona. All right. Now, with the tradition of eating and what they are able to eat for that Seder, which is the meal that they celebrate Passover on, even the animals get special food. For those days, the dog gets straight meat or a variety of different vegetables. But if the pet is in a real strict diet and can't eat certain things, then they will ask one of their non-Jewish friends if they could take care of their animals for the holiday. But for the animals that stay at home, they get to indulge in delicious meat, and that's a treat for animals if they only eat, pet food that comes in a can. All right. So on their plate, there's 6 ceremonial items that they eat, and each one has a reason. The first thing is the boiled egg. The boiled egg represents the resilience that the Jewish people have. That's number one. Number two, it's a sweet mix of fruits and vegetables, and it's mixed with honey. Now, the mix of the fruits, not the vegetables, I'm sorry, the fruits and the nuts mixed with honey, what that symbolizes is the mortar. And mortar is like a cement that they used to use back in the day to build things. So the sweet mix of fruits and nuts and honey symbolizes the mortar that they use, that the Jews used during the time of slavery to build whatever the Pharaoh was asking them to build. Now, they have a green veggie, and the green veggie on the plate represents new life. And they have bitter herbs, such as horseradish. The bitter herbs, what that represents is the bitter life of being a slave. Continuing from that, they also put a shank bone or a chicken neck to remember the Pesach sacrifice. Okay. This normally goes for 7 to 8 days. Okay? Now, within these 7 to 8 days of Passover, there's a lot of things that they have to do, such as the cleansing of the house. Okay? Certain things cannot be in the house at that time, so they take a good duration to prepare for this. All right? Also, they have 4 cups of wine that they are able to drink on that day too, which is for all the wine drinkers. That must sound like a great time. Okay? So, Passover starts Friday night. They go by the moon calendar. And it ends 7 days after that, which will land on Good Friday, but Good Friday night rather. So this is a tradition that the Jews have been doing since the beginning of time almost. But Passover has a lot of resemblance of what the Jews had to go through when they were slaves until what they are now, which is free people. Okay? So, another good movie I suggest you guys to watch is the Ten Commandments. Because Moses, remember, he was the Pharaoh's brother. But when he saw a God beating on a Jewish slave, something got in him and he pushed the God over and the God fell to his death. Moses, he felt wrong with what he did. And his brother says, don't worry, we'll blame it on another slave. You have nothing to worry about. But the guilt that he felt, he says, no, I can't do that. So he went to go find himself in a sense. He went to go find his meaning of what did he do, why he did it, and what he should do next. So at that time, when he came back, you can see it in the movie as well. He came back with white hair and a white beard, while before that, he was a young man. So within that time, I guess he grew within wisdom. And when he went back, he told the Pharaoh to let my people go. So if not, there's going to be 7 plagues that happen at that time. The 7 plagues was pestilence, famine, he turned the water into blood, and several others that I can't remember at the moment. But Ramses finally decided to let them go and said, okay, you guys can go. But then he was filled with such rage that he took the Egyptian army and he says, let's go follow them and let's. So with the grace of God, the Jews were very afraid because there was the Red Sea there. How can we pass the Red Sea? You know, these guys are going to get us. Oh my God. But the cool part was Moses had God by his side. So what Moses did at that moment was took his staff that he was walking with and parted the Red Sea. So the sea opened up and parted and let the Jews able to pass. And once the last Jew passed, the sea started to come back together. Now, Pharaoh Ramses said, hey, if they can pass the Red Sea, so can I. I'm going to get them regardless. But what happened? Once the Jews passed the Red Sea, the water fell into the Egyptian army and eliminated all of them. They spent 40 years in the desert, and within that time, Moses went up to Mount Zion. I think that's the name of the mountain. And there, God gave him the 10 Commandments. And the 10 Commandments, the Jewish religion and the Catholic religion follow those 10 Commandments. Now, my question to you is, after this video, I would like you guys to write in a comment, what are the 10 Commandments? Whoever is able to answer all 10 Commandments, I will send you a prize strip to your house. With that being said, guys, I would like to wish all my Jewish people a happy Passover. Hope you have a great time. And until this coronavirus is done and eliminated, please continue wearing your mask, washing your hands, and staying 6 feet apart. If you guys have any questions that has to do with the vaccine, give me a call or shoot me a message through Facebook. I'll be gladly to help. Happy Passover, everybody. Take care.